Hey guys, Cold here. Welcome back to another raid video. No, we're not gonna have a look at Sand Devil and how my team is farming it for the tournament. We have some news actually from the developers, additional news and responses to frequently asked questions made by both the community and content creators. No, this is not another video about the recent developer meeting we had. Some of the content creators we had with them, they've mentioned some things that usually are not to be disclosed or, well, not to be discussed, which is just like a friendly discussion about things coming into the game and nothing concrete, honestly. Based on that discussion, if you guys haven't seen, I think Scratch and Ash made a video on it. I want to see that things are coming into the game that will be both exciting. We all know them, such as the Hydra being available as part of quick battles, which is going to limit our time spent in there. So that's going to be great. Other things that were mentioned were also some quality of life improvements that are hopefully coming soon as well, such as like a better filtering system for items in the forge, and also other quality of life, basically reducing the time we spend in the game, such as the battles that will be as a background option, but that is again still in development. Many things that they have in development is coming months from now and even in the summer, and this news that they've given us basically also covers that. And let me just walk you through everything that they have. Let me finish this battle so I can show you guys some things while I'm talking about it. Just a small section of like a Q&A session that they've responded to and things that are coming. The most exciting thing that is coming is honestly relating to the Sand Devil, and it's with the amount of lesser oils we have. So the good news with this is that this is coming into the game as part of the mixer system. So they will introduce it into the mixer system. You don't understand what the mixer system is? Guys, if you go to the tavern, this is the mixer system, okay? When you try to make your potions, okay? There's a potion mixer here. They're going to add it in there just so that you can make your lesser ones into greater ones and so on, and then superior ones, basically just like that. So accounts out there that have hundreds of thousands of those oils will benefit the most. Accounts such as mine, I have like 20k, won't benefit that much. I'm not going to be mixing all my oils, obviously, because I want to have the lesser ones, but it's still going to help out because we have a ton of those. Honestly though, this is coming way later than I thought they would introduce it. It seems that they have a potential release time frame for this in the summer. So 6 months from now, that sounds like a lot for such a simple thing, but thinking of Raid as a game that is 6 years old, I guess that's fine. It's not fine, but it's fine, okay? So that is coming into the game. It's gonna make things much easier for players out there who have tons of these oils, and with that, they're also planning to introduce Phantom Shogun tournament. So we only had Sand Devil tournament so far, and obviously the amount of lesser oils I have is clearly indicated by the amount of time I spent in the Sand Devil compared to the Phantom Shogun. Honestly, Phantom Shogun gives you some nice upgrades, but the amount you need to spend in here to get like the critical damage upgrade or the accuracy or resistance upgrade for your accessories is not as impactful as getting, let's say, a speed upgrade on your boots or a crit damage upgrade on your gloves, attack percent on your chest, and so on and so forth. These are the huge upgrades that revolve around ascending your items and making them stronger. So that's why I think they went with Sand Devil in the first part of just thinking, okay, let's make a tournament for this dungeon because everybody's spending their time in here. Anyway, there's no ETA yet for when this is coming, but they will be sharing the information when it's closer to this release. I think they're just putting things in order in terms of their release schedule because they have other things release schedule. I'm guessing for March when it's going to be their 6-year anniversary, plus some big things, probably free champions and stuff. I have zero knowledge of that, but I'm guessing it's after the Alice in Wonderland thing ends. That's March. That's probably when another thing is going to be starting. So it's very easy to just speculate that is coming into the game. So friendly unranked arena type battles. We haven't forgotten about this, as they say here. As we mentioned before, it's a feature that both you, the community, and both you and the community and we would like to see in Raid. But before we move forward, we're excited to roll out live arena seasons and see how you enjoy it. depending on how things go, unranked battles might become a reality. This is such a huge requested feature in this game. I can't believe they still haven't introduced it. It's basically like we do arena here. We just asked, can I send somebody like an arena battle request? Okay. This would have led to very easy battles between content creators using like specific teams, doing some fun things, but also just clans testing defenses and offenses between them without having to refresh and trying to find each other in arena. Very easy thing to do, in my opinion, to just improve the enjoyment into the game. It doesn't involve anything in terms of spending, so it just gives something else for the players to have, like a sandbox, like a playground of their champions without actually needing to spend currency here to be able to try things out. And it just makes the game more enjoyable, because what do we do in this game? We collect all these champions, which are basically toys for us to play around with, different mechanics, different gear, all of that, and we just want to try it out. So them having that feature in the game would have just made things more enjoyable with no negatives. Honestly, no negatives at all. It's just they want to put in some time in development for that, and that they'll see if they're gonna allocate it. But the rollout of live arena seasons that will be coming, it's just gonna also involve more things that they are gonna be developing. So the live arena seasons, from what they told us, will also have new gear in it that is gonna be live arena accessible only, which is something we have already, which is the live arena gear sets we have here. But this is gonna be, I think a little bit different than just these sets. They're gonna have additional sets that will be live arena only, so that's gonna be cool. Each season having new sets in there that are only accessible there, maybe allow us to do more things. Okay, but we'll see when that comes out. The live arena seasons should be cool. So next thing up in the list, we are passing along your feedback about the siege, including suggestions for more controls for clan leaders, concerns about rank boosting, and even the request for a detailed list of attacks used. The developers have promised to explore possible options to further improve the game mode. So one of the huge things that we actually asked for was the introduction of a replay system for battles. That would have been nice after a battle is done, so you can replay the battle and see how it worked out. This was never available in the game, so I can't see how they're gonna add it into the game. They're not gonna add it, but can't see how they would add it into the game. But it would have been amazing if you could see, let's say, a recap of battles for the Platinum top 10. That would have been enjoyable, I guess, for everybody, even players who don't fight in arena. They want to see the huge accounts fighting each other, how they use some offensive champions, the gear that they use, the numbers that they see, okay, in terms of damage. Would have been a lot of fun. But next thing in the list, Hydra. So as Hydra continues to be a topic of your feedback, we wanted to share a few updates. The game designers are currently working on fixing champions AI to enhance gameplay. Can't believe that this is still a discussion. Hydra is a 3-year-old feature within the game. They haven't changed it much ever since the last update, which is basically making it a little bit more difficult. With that change, basically what they said is that they've seen basically teams performing much better and teams not performing as good on the normal, on the normal difficulty, in terms of how much damage they're doing anymore. But they've seen an overall increase in damage dealt and the point they earned since they did that change. But what they say is that the Hydra is still bugged for AI for some things, and I want to see that being fixed ASAP. Quick battles are on the way and will be soon introduced into the game. One thing that they told us on the other discussion we had with the developers is that the quick battles that will be coming for the Hydra will not be the same thing as the Demon Lord. There will be a limited use of quick battles, meaning you can't just go in, see your battle recap, and then just go out, so you don't accept the key. You go in again, so you get better RNG, all right? So you're not going to be fishing for RNG all the time. I'm guessing because it's going to be using a lot of resources is what they told us. So that's why they want to use that as a limiting feature. Because the way that they do the quick battles, it's not just a fixed number that you see every time. It's basically, it runs in the background very, very, very fast. It does the calculations and it just shows you the number. So if you notice that spinning circle sometimes, when you see the quick battle on Clan Boss, that's what's happening. It's the battles running on a background calculations. Basically, it's not the actual graphics, but that's how they've coded it, and that's how it works. So the devs have also acknowledged feedback about the Hydra feeling less enjoyable. They'll be exploring ways to improve the experience moving forward. I don't know about less enjoyable. Overall, the Hydra seems okay to me now, with the limit being reduced to 1,000 turns. It's much less time intensive. The addition of these kind of guaranteed rewards is also pretty nice to my eyes, because everybody now gets rewards regardless of whether they pick up a chest or not. So that's cool. And then next up, Hydra and Chimera advanced quests. Game designers have acknowledged your concerns about these advanced quests and will investigate potential solutions. I'm not sure if they mean bugged quests, but with that being said, some advanced quests are way harder than others. Advanced quests, I mean, okay, no, they don't mean clan quests. Okay, I was thinking clan quest. Advanced quest, I guess, like using one Chimera key, stuff like this is limiting to players. So I guess that's what they mean. So some players might not want to run their keys, or they don't want to run the Hydra at a specific time. I guess maybe what they needed to do is what another game has that I've showcased on the channel before. Don't want to call out the name, but I've done a few videos on it. What a game has is basically you can do your dailies and weeklies, monthlies, stuff like that, and get the top reward for the day, which, like for this one, is this, which is the extra energy. You can get the top reward for the day without needing to do every single one of the quests. So you can do like 7 out of 10 of the quests that are available and still get the top reward. So maybe if they introduce that, that would have been nice. So Classic Arena blind reset. The developers are open to this option, but there's no ETA yet, as it requires significant development. So again, this would be amazing if they do a blind reset. So what the blind reset is, basically you do like a refresh here. You don't see the name, the avatar, you only see champions, and you click battle. Okay, that's what a blind reset would be when you're fighting in Platinum. So you don't see a clan and immediately skip it, or you don't see an account and specifically target that one. I thought this would be easy, just changing the portrait and changing the name, removing the clan tag. I think this would have been easy if they just did it on the Platinum tier. But I don't know. It seems that they say this requires significant development, which I don't see the case for. So once you get into Platinum, just have one name, which is anonymous or something, one avatar, which everybody will have, no clan tag, and just go with that, right? So you have no idea who you're fighting. You're just going to see their champions and go along with that. Rotating reset. This has been requested since forever. I can't remember the last time. The first time this was requested, but since forever. So what a rotating reset would be, instead of the reset time being in 5 days, 14 hours, it would be 5 days, 10 hours, 5 days, 6 hours. So it would rotate for players, let's say in the US or Australia, for example, so that they have a different reset, let's say every month, so that it better suits them, for example. And then it's not going to suit the Europeans, it's not going to suit the Americans. And then it switches to American one, doesn't suit the Europeans again, doesn't suit the Australians, as an example. So there's technical limitations of this currently prevent the implementation. However, the devs are actively searching solutions. And then finally, emojis in Live Arena. The devs like this idea and would agree that this is a fun addition. They plan to consider it for future updates. So emojis in Live Arena, it's cool because if you played other games that are live and you'd see you can use emojis. Some games like Marvel Snap, I'll give you an example of that. Marvel Snap had the thumbs up, and basically the thumbs up would be like the middle finger. So if you see somebody doing the thumbs up to you, it's basically like, screw you, right? They would do this, thumbs up. And it was basically, why did you do this? Thumbs up to you. I mean, so it's like a screw you. So that there's gonna be one emoji that's gonna mean that in raid when that happens. Anyway, guys, this was the video. Thank you all for watching. Subscribe if you have not already. Leave a like on the video and comment on your thoughts on these dev updates. Thank you all. I'll see you in the next one. See ya, guys.